In this episode of the Red and Gold Report, we're going to be covering all of the recent Chiefs news, and we're going to be breaking down the linebacker position heading into this offseason. So first up in recent Chiefs news, head coach and cheeseburger superfan Andy Reid took to the podium in a press conference at the NFL Scouting Combine and immediately, without any questions, addressed the rumors surrounding recently re-signed offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. Reid plainly said that all of the rumors are totally false and fabricated. Do I think that everybody was just BFFs during that AFC championship? No. But do I think Reid is telling the truth that those online rumors that came out a few weeks ago were totally made up? Yes, I do. In other news, in another Combine press conference, general manager and middle school hall monitor impersonator Brett Veach recently stated that the team is working hard to re-sign left tackle and impending free agent Orlando Brown to a brand new deal. But in Veach's words, the franchise tag is likely. That's the word he used, likely. Here's my translation. The two sides are really far apart on compensation, so the Chiefs will likely tag him very soon for the one-year franchise deal and keep working on a longer deal after that. In my opinion, this is definitely the right way to go. In other news, General Manager Brett Veach also addressed the situation with upcoming free agent safety Tyron Matthew. Whenever NFL personnel guys talk about players, well, yeah, you're going to have to translate what they say as if they're speaking a foreign language, like as if they're speaking Norwegian. Is Norwegian even a language? Anyway, here's my translation. Veach is saying, hey, we like Tyron, but we're going to let him test free agency because the bottom line is some stupid team might offer him $19 million a year, and there's no way we're going to go over 13. My instinct is that what's going to happen is the Chiefs are going to make a competitive offer, probably around $13 million a year, but it will not be the top offer. And that Tyron, at the end of the day, he's going to have to choose if he wants to stay in Kansas City and be on a winning team that he loves, or if he wants to run away to the money. In other news, the NFL Combine has begun. So, of course, all of the Chiefs bigwigs are there checking out the upcoming rookies for the NFL draft, and we're going to be covering all things Chiefs draft in the weeks ahead. And also in Chiefs news, the NFL and the NFL Players Association finally agreed to suspend COVID-19 protocols effective immediately. Now, I'm sure the players are just going to so miss having sticks shoved up the membranes of their noses every day, but I'm sure they'll find a way through. And hey, real quick, if you want the best weekly Chiefs news, you gotta subscribe right here to the Red and Gold Report on YouTube. Hit that little notification bell as well, or else you're just not gonna get to see my dumb face every week. So with the news in the books, each episode I'm taking time to review how a Chiefs position group did in 2021 and preview what the offseason might hold for that position. And this episode, we're gonna be taking on the linebackers. Now, I'm going to start in a really weird way. I actually want to start talking about the linebackers by showing you the snap counts for the linebackers in 2021. In 2021, rookie Nick Bolton led the linebackers for the Chiefs with 732 defensive snaps, even though he didn't begin the year as a starter. In second with 611 snaps was, who would you guess? Yeah, I bet you're not going to get this one. Second most snaps for the linebackers in 2021, Ben Niemann. Yeah, you didn't guess that. Niemann was forced into a lot of duty due to injuries. The third most snaps went to Anthony Hitchens with 597. Willy Gay had the fourth most snaps with 554. Dorian O'Daniel had a whole 28. And Darius Harris had one. He had one snap. Now, I lead with the snap counts for this reason. Nick Bolton and Willy Gay, yeah, they were really good linebackers for the Chiefs last season. Anthony Hitchens and Ben Niemann were really not good linebackers for the Chiefs last season. So because of those two and how bad of a season they had and how many snaps they ended up taking, the position group performed just kind of barely average. even though it should have been good because there was Willy Gay and there was Nick Bolton on the roster. So let's dive in to make sense of this. Rookie Nick Bolton was a sensation last year. It's sensation. The second rounder led the team in both tackles with 112 and tackles for loss with 11. That also meant that he had the most tackles by a rookie in Chiefs franchise history. He was one of only 3 players in the entire NFL last year to have more than 110 tackles and 10 tackles for loss. He won Mac Lee Hill Rookie of the Year award for the Chiefs. He won the final regular season game of the year with an 86-yard fumble return for a touchdown against Denver, and he finished the season as the 13th best graded off-ball linebacker in the NFL, according to PFF, which is a huge win for a rookie. Now, why is Bolton so good? Well, I've been watching tape on him. Here's why. He's not the biggest, though he does have good size. He's not the fastest, though he does have good speed. Where he is elite is his instincts. He reads plays quickly. He reacts quickly. He plays downhill, and he lives in the opponent's backfield. Also, his coverage improved dramatically throughout the season, becoming an elite coverage linebacker in the second half of the year. With another year in the system, look for Bolton to be leading the defense, handling play calling duties, and leading the team in tackles yet again in 2022. And that brings us to Willy Gay, who was in the second year of his career in 2021. Now, due to injuries, Willy was limited to 12 games last season, finishing with 44 tackles. Willy was good in coverage. He really was, including 4 passes defended and 2 interceptions. Willy wins. How? Well, with his absolutely elite speed and his ability to track down ball carriers from behind. Now, he does play out of control at times, and he doesn't have elite diagnostic skills, both of which can leave him out of position. But he ended the season as PFF's 20th best linebacker, meaning he was a good starter. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to see him develop, particularly if the team will experiment with him as an occasional pass rusher next year. Okay, so here's the thing. The Chiefs only start 2 linebackers. And if the coaches would have realized that Bolton was the best backer early in the season instead of waiting around till mid-season to figure that out, if they would have recognized that Hitchens really was struggling, and if Willy Gay had not been hurt a third of this season, well, the team would have had a very good linebacker group last year. But instead, it was just okay. And yeah, at times it was really bad because Hitchens and Niemann, they were a big hot mess. Niemann is fine. He's just fine as a special teamer and as a third string backup. But man, as someone getting the second most snaps of all the linebackers on the team, it wasn't pretty. He is slow. He gets pushed around. And even though he had tons of snaps, he was only 7th on the entire team in tackles. And he ended with an abysmal PFF grade of 49.6 out of 100. He just could not be in there for that many snaps. It really hurt the team. Now, Hitchens was not much better. At this point, Anthony has already been mercifully cut by the team. And you know what? I have covered his struggles at length in this channel. But just to make it short, his play was so bad that it was debilitating to the defense at times last year. Now, here's the frustrating part to me. Dorian O'Daniel only got 28 snaps last year, even though he's faster than Hitchens or Niemann, and even though, get this, he has graded better than both of them in every single one of the last 3 seasons. As we find again, one of the real problems with why this defense just collapsed for the first half of last season was the defensive coaches' inability to correctly evaluate their own talent. But here's the thing. I'm actually really excited about this position group moving forward. Hitchens has been cut. Niemann's a free agent, so hopefully there's some addition by subtraction. So what else would I do to improve these linebackers this offseason? Well, not much, because you know what? The team only starts 2 linebackers. That's just the modern NFL. Bolton and Gay could develop into an elite tandem for years to come. So instead of trying to add a starter, no. I would focus on creating quality depth because, like we started talking about snaps, there are going to be some guys who get snaps that you didn't think were going to get a lot of snaps. So I would start by bringing in 2 veterans at small 1-year deals. I'm talking about experienced players to balance the youth of the fact that Gay's going to be going into his 3rd season and Bolton is going to be going in just to his 2nd season. Now, players that might fit this bill as veterans who would not cost a lot are like the Raiders, but longtime Seahawks linebacker KJ Wright, the Ravens Josh Bynes, or the Ravens LJ Ford. Then what I would do is bring back Dorian O'Daniel at a minimum deal and actually give him a chance to compete against these 2 veterans that I'd be bringing in. Finally, I'd spend one of those 5th or 6th or 7th round draft picks that the Chiefs have been accumulating on a linebacker so that I would have a hope to be able to let one of those backup veterans walk in 2023. So basically, my plan would be to add quality depth, but recognize that because Bolton and Gay are already a part of the linebacking core and are really good and have a ton of potential, and Bolton could absolutely be elite, that you don't really need to be adding a starter. You need to be spending the draft and cap resources on more important positions like the defensive line and corner and safety. But what do you think? Do you think we need more linebacker help than that? Is there a free agent linebacker you have your eye on for our Chiefs? Let me know in the comments below. Also, take a second to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell on YouTube so you get our weekly Chiefs videos. Thanks for watching the Red and Gold Report, and go Chiefs!